This edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome everybody to the Southwind Flooring pregame show as we get you ready for Warsaw and Northridge in this NLC Clash. Time now to look at our keys to win. Brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. We'll start with the Warsaw Tigers, come in with a record of 6-3 and a backcourt that features one of the area's top scorers in Jackson Gould. The 6'2 junior leads this team in just about every good category. He's scoring 20 points and averaging 5 rebounds a game. But he gets help in the backcourt from Judas Mfukwe, a 6'1 senior who has been playing with a dislocated finger for quite a while, but he's still averaging 13 points and 4 rebounds a game and has had 5 games in double figures. The keys to win for Matt Moore and the Tigers.
Well, number one, the Tigers have to take care of the ball offensively. Got to get good possibilities, good possessions, and good shots and make them. They got to control the tempo, and they look for a score of 50 to 55 points per game. So controlling the tempo is big, and they got to defend that three-point arc. They didn't want to let Northridge get started because that's usually what keeps them going if they get off to a good start. It's the second road game of the season, and Warsaw needs to take care of business, according to their head coach.
Well, it's our second road game of the year, so it's a big one for us. Obviously, coming here, start of the new year, it's going to have a lot of opportunity to kind of set the tone for the NLC. So, I'm excited about it. A year ago, we're sitting at 5-5, and this win for us was very pivotal in the direction of our season. Tonight, it's kind of the same situation. We're sitting at 6-3. We got a worthy opponent on the other side, and we've got to play a complete game tonight.
While Northridge is a relatively young team, they're led by a pair of seniors, and the biggest of them is Blake Jacobs, the 6'4 postman, averaging 16 points and 7 rebounds a game. He had a career-high 25 earlier this year against Goshen, has very nice footwork. Their point guard is Micah Hochstetler. The Hochstetler, 5'11 senior, averaging 12 points and 4 rebounds a game. Does a great job of penetrating and getting into the lane. The keys to win for Scott Radiker and the Raiders.
Well, Coach Radiker told us during the week they got to get great shots, and it's going to take a little more work to do that, but they got to be willing to put in that effort. And they got to box out and rebound, and really going to be important not to let Northridge be in a situation where they're watching Warsaw's misses become putbacks. So they got to really get on the boards, and they got to protect the paint, and that means keeping special eye on those 2 guards from Warsaw who not only can shoot, but they can rebound, Jackson Gould and Judas Mfukwe. And the head coach, Scott Radiker, feeling better about the game tonight, knows that it's more important for his team to get a win in NLC play.
We've emphasized it. We've told them, we're not out of the conference race, and I truly believe the winner of the conference could have 2 losses this year. That could happen. I mean, Goshen is playing well. That's our loss right now, but there's more pressure on us right now because we've already got 1 loss. So, we need to come out and take care of business at home tonight. And you got Northwood, you got Mishawaka, you got Concord, you got anybody in the conference on a given night. It doesn't matter who it is. So. We just got to, worry about ourselves, and we got to bring energy and effort tonight like we brought the last couple games and let the chips fall where they may.
Those have been the Jordan Automotive keys to win. Warsaw and Northridge, always a hotly contested matchup in the NLC, and we'll have it for you. This has been the Southwind Flooring pregame show on the 46 Game of the Week.
basketball fans, and welcome to the Madhouse of Middlebury, home of the Northridge Raiders. A warm welcome is extended to tonight's Messi Tigers of Warsaw High School. Tip-off is just minutes away. The privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms that we all enjoy today. So let us now show honor to those brave men and women and respect for our country by rising to attention. Gentlemen, please move your caps as we proudly present our national anthem, performed tonight by the Northridge Pep Band.
And this edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by Intera Credit Union. We get it, and we've got it. And we are getting ready for the starting lineups here at the Raider Gym. Here's Bob Daigle.
And the Warsaw Tigers, the visiting team, will start with Judah Simfukwe, who wears number 1. He's a 6'1 senior, the veteran of this squad. He plays a guard. 6'2 junior, number 2. Jackson Gould, one of the outstanding scorers in the area. He plays at a guard. 6' junior, number 10. Nick Catras will also be at a guard. And then inside, 6'3 junior, number 21. Drew Heckman will play at a forward. And number 32, Russ Winchester, 6'4 junior, will also be at a forward position. Now for the Northridge Raiders, Micah Hochstetler wears number 11. He's a 5'11 senior. He'll be the guard. Nolan Bales will also start a guard. He's a 6' junior, wears number 12. Number 14 is Jethro Hochstetler, 6'2 junior. He will play at a guard. Down low, it's Blake Jacobs, a 6'5 senior, wears number 23. He'll play at the forward along with Malachi Campbell. Malachi is 6'1 and the senior wears number 32. That's a look at the starting lineup for tonight's game.
The history between these two schools, we get ready for the 41st meeting on the hard court between Warsaw and Northridge. Tigers lead the series 31-9. They first met in 1987 when Northridge joined the Northern Lakes Conference, and last year Warsaw won it by 15 down at the Tiger Den. The officials for tonight's game, you see Scott Geist on the left working with Tom Newhart and Victor Canales, and the IHSA wants us to remind you there is no shortage of officials. They could always use more. You can contact your local officials association and find out how you can become licensed.
St. Andrews Products wants to bring you a check on the uniforms for tonight's game. The Northridge Raiders, the home team, will be in their white uniforms with green and gold trim and numbers. The visiting team, the Warsaw Tigers, in their familiar black road uniforms with orange and white trim and numbers. These teams are looking good, and so could your team. St. Andrews Products has the finest apparel as well as promotional products. You can reach us at sales@standrewscorp.com.
Excited to be back for the new year. We've missed you for the last 3 weeks, but we are ready to rock for 2022 and what we think will be a very exciting first 3 months on TV-46 of high school basketball. And we'll even sprinkle in a Bethel University game as well coming up on January 15th. But as for tonight, Your quick thoughts on this one as we get ready for it.
Well, it's just amazing. Once you get past the New Year's holiday, you're looking really at 8 weeks of basketball to decide, your season record, and you go in the tournament. And the girls, we have an excellent slate of girls basketball teams in the area, and they're down to just 4 weeks. And here we go with the starting tip for tonight's game. Here's my partner, Chuck Freebie.
And the tip won by the Northridge Raiders, who are 3-6 on the year. They played the 19th toughest schedule in the state. They average about 7 3-pointers a game. Micah Hochstetler lost it off his foot. Here comes Jackson Gould the other way for the 6-3 Warsaw Tigers. And he's fouled on the way up by Jethro Hochstetler. And so Gould immediately will go to the foul line for Warsaw, where he's an 84% free throw shooter.
First foul of the night. It goes against Jethro Hochstetler.
Gould is 6'2" junior. He averages 20.5 points a game and rattles home the first. Somebody asked me on the way into the gym tonight, is Jackson Gould a shooter or a scorer? I said he's a scorer, Bob. I think he finds a lot of ways to get the ball in the hoop.
And he loves to get a transition basket. He plays good defense. A lot of times he can come up with a loose ball and head down the floor.
Warsaw showing pressure. Northridge able to break it. And they get the ball to Blake Jacobs. Jacobs spinning on Winchester. Kicked it back outside. Now back down low to Jacobs for 2. So the 6'4" senior gets the first basket of the game for Northridge, and we're knotted up at 2.
He wanted that ball too, didn't he, down low?
That's Judison Fuqua, the point guard for this Warsaw team. Inside to Gould, who got all alone for 2 somehow. 4 points right away for Jackson. Jacobs for 3 in the lead is short, and the rebound to Gould. Simfukwe working into the wing. Gould open for 3. He's got all 7 for the Tigers.
Wow, what a start.
Warsaw off to a 7-2 lead. Bales to Campbell, back to Bales. Warsaw in man-to-man. That's Hochstetler working over Simfukwe and missing. Gould another rebound. He already has a couple of caroms in this one. And he's looking for all 10 points. Timeout Northridge. It's sponsored by the Middlebury Community Schools. What an opening 101 seconds for Jackson Gould. 10 points in 101. You take another look on the R&B replay as we go to break on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. No need for heating for Mr. Gould. He's hot enough coming in.
You know, Chuck, he's on pace for 170 points tonight, which would be one of our, I believe, our all-time record.
10 points in the opening minute and 41 seconds. At the other end, Blake Jacobs thwarted by Gould. Russell Winchester with a rebound. Ball knocked out of bounds by Jethro Hochstetler, and Warsaw will get the ball back. But Jackson Gould has been firing in threes tonight, as you saw on the R&B Car Company replay. Back to live action. Hochstetler a steal ahead to Jacobs. The left-hand layup. Gould 10, Jacobs 4. Nick Katras back outside. Simfukwe, not known as a three-point shooter, but he can do that. Judah Simfukwe with his first basket of the night.
He almost set up the defender with that move on the baseline.
Malachi Campbell answers with a 3. That's his 8th of the year. He's 8 of 15 from three-point range. Northridge may be looking for him a little bit more tonight. Simfukwe for three. That's his first of the year. Judah Simfukwe, who had been 0 for 5 from three-point range, nails the three to put the lead back up to 8 for Warsaw.
Something about threes for the visitors this year has been tough on Northridge.
Warsaw already with 3 here in the first quarter. Nolan Bales to Jacobs, who goes in with the left hand but missed the lay-in. Simfukwe rips the rebound out of there and gets it to Russell Winchester. Drew Heckerman with it now on the outside for Warsaw. Nick Catras for three. Not that time. Jacobs had it knocked away though. And here's Gould for three. No. Simfukwe the rebound. Simfukwe's effort is offline, and here comes Northridge. Campbell thought about the three, instead takes the two. Malachi with 5. It's a big sequence for Northridge.
Campbell got involved. That really helps. Takes some of the heat off of Jacobs.
Jacobs able to overplay in the passing lane and force the turnover, but Gould gets it right back. 2-on-1, Simfukwe misses. And Simfukwe guilty of the foul.
A little bit of frustration there.
Warsaw will go to its bench and put Carson Gould into the game along with Theo Catras. As you get another look on the R&B Car Company replay, just a little over-aggression that time by Mr. Simfukwe.
Folks, Ruli's of Middlebury is proud to support Northridge Athletics. Ruli's is a family dining Italian-American restaurant offering a full menu, including pastas, entrees, and pizza. Visit them at Ruli's.com or in Middlebury across from the high school. And a big thank you to the Ruli's team for feeding our crew tonight. They say go Northridge Raiders.
Blake Jacobs working over Winchester, hits the fadeaway. That was pretty. A couple of AAU teammates squaring off, and then Northridge with the steal. Micah Hochstetler missed the layup. Russell Winchester saves it, but inbounds to Northridge, and a charging foul called on Mason Bales. Scott Radiker not enamored with the call. You make your own call here on the 46 replay. And Bales came up with the elbow. That's why the charge was called.
It's exactly what the official needs to see if he's going to call that.
Here's Jackson Gould working against Jordan Weaver. Northridge has whittled the lead down to 4. Gould wanted to go backdoor, but it got closed off. Theo Catras finds Gould on the baseline over Weaver for 2. Jackson Gould with 12 here in the first quarter. And what a pace we've had in Middlebury early on.
Gould 4 out of his first 5 from the field.
Campbell. Now it's Weaver trying to back his way in. And the back door got closed off as Simfukwe knocked it out of bounds.
Chuck Warsaw's off to a good start at the boards as well. They lead right now 6-2 over Northridge.
You see Drew Heckerman check back into the game for Northridge, and Blake Jacobs comes back in for Northridge along with Caden Mack. There's Mack, number 20, the 6'4" senior. Pretty good three-point shooter, so Warsaw will have to keep an eye on him. Micah Hochstetler finds Jacobs down on the block. 3 on the way by Hochstetler is offline. Gould, another Karam. Double teamed in the backcourt. And throws it away. But they get it right back with a nice steal by Catras. Simfukwe all the way down, missed the layup. And Warsaw knocked it away. Northridge will have the basketball.
Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dream. Visit their showroom in Chipshawana or visit them online at southwindflooring.com.
A 6-point Tiger advantage with 100 seconds to play here in the first.
Quite a pace to start with.
That's the younger Bales. Mason Bales, the freshman, with the ball. Weaver for three. That's way offline. Gould gets another rebound. Heckerman tried to go to the baseline. Jacobs shut him off, but he dumped it nicely for Simfukwe for two. And the Warsaw backcourt has all 19 of their points. Simfukwe with 7, Gould with 12. Jacobs on the block. Double teamed, misfired. Gould gets another rebound. He's got to have at least 5 here in the first quarter. Now let's see if Warsaw will try to hold for one. They have spread the floor here with 43 seconds left.
Well, I think they're going to do that. While they do that, we'll tell you that Imagineering Finishing Technologies is a proud supporter of high school sports in Michiana. They know all about teamwork, and they provide components for aerospace industries, as well as medical, automotive, military, and defense. IFT is excited about the future and very proud of its past. Celebrating over 60 years of excellence at IFT, quality is a way of life.
Did you make that deal with Matt Moore in the pregame interview?
Well, he knew we had a lot of spots to get in tonight.
Under 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Heckerman thought about the 3, instead takes the 2 and draws the foul. That's on Mason Bales. It's his second.
And that'll be a couple of free throws coming up.
Drew Heckerman going to the line, 77% free throw shooter. This is a Warsaw team that, as a team, shoots 75% from the line. You don't see that very much anymore.
I was just going to say, nobody does that, do they? And he hurt us.
Heckerman in his second year on the varsity, as you see wholesale substitutions for both teams for the final 2 seconds of the quarter. 6'3" junior, averaging 8 points and 2 rebounds a game. Drew hits the second. A 2011 Warsaw lead. Jacobs from half court's got a chance. It's short. And the first quarter comes to an end. A first quarter dominated by Jackson Gould and the Warsaw Tigers. He had 12 points in the stanza. Not even a three-pointer by Malachi Campbell could slow the tide. Tigers lead it by 9. Go to the second on 46. Tonight's first quarter was brought to you in part by Wolverine Mutual Insurance, protecting you and your family for generations. Time now for a Bills Heating Sideline Report. We go courtside with Bo Hunt. Bo, everybody in the gym knows that Gould and Simfukwe are the 2 guys for Warsaw. So how do they get 19 points in a quarter?
Well, I think the biggest thing is they find their shot and they hit it. I mean, shooting percentage has got to be high, especially for Gould. Simfukwe actually missed a couple under the bucket. He had some good contact on him on those shots, but I think one of the biggest things Northridge has to do is really get after Gould and get up in his face a little bit more on that man defense and actually have help side as well. Make the other guys score. That's one of the biggest things. And offensively, I like what they tried to do out of that first time out and try to run a little bit more. And they got the possessions, they just didn't knock down the shots, guys.
All right, thank you, Bo. And our second quarter brought to us indeed by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance. New backcourt in the game. Carson Gould out there now, along with his brother Jackson. That's Carson, number 4 with the ball. Nick Catras. It's Warsaw trying to build on a 9-point lead, but they throw it away.
5 turnovers.
Yeah, Nolan Bales with the steal that time, and that's a lot higher than Warsaw has been doing. They've only been averaging 9 turnovers a game, so Northridge has tried to ratchet up the pressure a little bit here since that hot start by Gould. Cross court it comes to Noah Zmuda for three. That's offline. And here's Gould with yet another rebound. He's certainly on a double-double pace tonight.
10-3 rebounding lead right now for Warsaw.
And another traveling call on Warsaw. But so far, Northridge has not been able to take advantage. Bo mentioned first quarter shooting percentage.
Well, no question about it, Chuck. 7 out of 12 in the first quarter for the Warsaw Tigers, 58, almost 60%. And for Northridge, they struggled 5 out of 14. They were just 1 out of 5 from three-point range. Warsaw was 3 out of 5, and no free throws for Northridge in that first quarter.
Jacobs against Winchester. Finally had to kick it back outside. Here's Malachi Campbell. Warsaw just not giving up any kind of easy looks here for Northridge. Campbell finally got past his man, and Heckman blocked the shot from behind. Nice defensive play by Drew in recovery. And Warsaw run its offense, though, with Simfukwe not at the point. Gould shot fake, then missed the three, and the rebound comes to Micah Hochstetler. Northridge wants to run, but good transition defense by Warsaw. Jacobs for three. That's offline, and Simfukwe gets the rebound for Warsaw. It's been one and done on the boards tonight for Northridge.
Really has been. The advantage now 11-4.
And that was one of the keys of the game for Matt Moore, actually for both sides, was the rebounding. And the rebounding margin right now just about where the scoring margin is. Russell Winchester for three. Big fella is 16 of 24 from three-point range this year. You'll meet him at halftime, one of our TCU Student Athletes of the Week. Foul called here on Nick Catras. But take another look at 6'4" junior Russ Winchester, who Matt Moore told me just really worked on his outside shot during the offseason, and it shows.
It's the fourth made three-pointer in 7 tries.
Micah Hochstetler fails in his three-point attempt. Blake Jacobs couldn't follow, and Winchester gets the rebound. Tigers on the run. Nice play by Jethro Hochstetler to knock it off Simfukwe and out of bounds. Jethro with a little Chad Epley defensive back action that time. You'll get another look at it from the R&B Car Company replay.
That's not a bad idea. What a year, what a season for Chad Epley and the Raiders.
And of course, big football news in the NLC today with the resignation of John Barron at Plymouth. Jacobs had the shot altered by Heckman. No foul was called. Warsaw comes the other way.
Jacobs has missed his last 5 shots.
Nick Catras, Northridge showed a double team for a moment. Now Gould open in the corner for three. Bring it up. 15 for Jackson Gould.
Remember what a coming out party he had against Wawasee here on our broadcast a couple years ago.
Now the three on the way by Northridge is way off the mark by Jethro Hochstetler, and here come the Tigers. Simfukwe with a great catch, probably got away with a walk. Instead, a foul is called on the outside. Another look from R&B Car Company. 2, 3, yeah. 3 steps typically a travel. Timeout is called on the floor. It's sponsored by Alder for Bergen. 26-11. Warsaw leads it with 4:01 to go in the first half. You're watching high school basketball on TV-46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV-46 for over 30 years. LT Siding Window and Door wants me to remind you of our little factoids tonight. One of them, either Warsaw or Northridge, has won the last 8 NLC boys basketball titles. So it would appear that the road to the championship goes through either Warsaw or Middlebury, and so far, Warsaw in command in this one.
The folks watching from Northwood would think it might go through Napanee as well.
Misses by Simfukwe and Winchester, and then a foul from behind on Warsaw. They'll call it on Jackson Gould, and that's the first on him tonight. Only the 3rd team foul on the Tigers.
Northridge Raiders 0 for 6 here in the second quarter.
Five for 20 now for the game. A lot of bumping and chugging, and a turnover called on Northridge.
Their 4th. Warsaw has 6.
Nice defense that time by Russell Winchester to force that. And Northridge having to go with full court pressure here. Carson Gould caught in a trap. Held ball is called on the alternating possession. It'll go to Northridge.
Stutzman Power Equipment, where you can get the tools and equipment for all your outdoor needs, specializing in Kubota, Steel, Toro, Simplicity, and Skag. Check them out online at stutzmanpower.com. Stutzman Power Equipment, where service is their #1 product. Proud to support high school athletics.
Jacobs trying to get something going for Northridge, but he was double teamed. They go back to him on the baseline, and the big fella can't hit. Gould another rebound. And he's fouled from behind by Jordan Weaver. 5th team foul on Northridge.
Northridge looking for people that can step up right here. They need some scoring. Jacobs has gone cold after a good start.
Just not used to seeing Northridge teams that don't shoot the ball well, but that's what we've seen in our 2 visits to Middlebury this year. At least on those particular nights. There have been other nights this season, obviously, where they have shot it well. Simfukwe regains control of the basketball for Warsaw. Gould is open for 3. Missed that one. I wouldn't take that chance too often if I were Northridge. Campbell got the rebound. And now Campbell for 3. He connects. Malachi has 8 to lead the Raiders.
Good coaching there by Scott Radiker, looking desperately for somebody else getting the scoring column, and Campbell answers with the 3-pointer.
Carson Gould in trouble. Finds Heckerman. Heckerman carves through everybody and lays it up and in. Drew Heckerman with his first field goal tonight. Now has 3 points. Tigers by a couple of touchdowns. And Winchester knocks that one out of bounds. Both teams going to the bench. Jethro Hochstetler for Northridge. The Catras brothers for Warsaw.
Middlebury Community Schools is hiring. Visit their website for more information about their current openings. Middlebury Community Schools, a top achieving school district inspiring students to change the world.
Northridge working around, but open 3-point shots have been hard to come by for the Raiders tonight. Good perimeter defense by Warsaw this evening. Matt Moore has been pleased with the execution of his team throughout the year, but there's a 3-point shot by Noah Zamuda. And in his first game back from a back injury after the soccer season, Zamuda hits, and then a push-off foul on Simfukwe for his 2nd of the night. Get another look from R&B Car Company at Zamuda, who may be a weapon that this Northridge team can take advantage of.
Nice to have him back in the roster and healthy.
Raiders trying to get this down to single digits before halftime. Bales for 3. Didn't really square up too well, and it showed. Here comes Heckerman the other way. Heckman with the spinning jumper, and it's punched out by Catrus on a fine rebound. That was Theo Catrus that time.
15-8 rebounding advantage for Warsaw.
Gould on the bench right now, so who gets the offense right now? Nobody. Stolen by Northridge. Another Tiger turnover. Hochstetler found an open path and missed the layup. Heckman comes the other way. And he put it over the flailing arms of Jethro Hochstetler. Drew Heckman with 5. A chaotic end to the half, and Heckman will get 2 more. But a whistle and a travel on Heckman. Shades of Tommy Curtis in the 1974 UCLA game.
Man,
1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's a travel.
Does it matter that it's cold out?
No, it doesn't. Northridge trying to get the last shot, but Carson Gould with the steal and the heave. And the first half comes to an end with Warsaw leading Northridge by a count of 30-17. And as the two teams leave the floor, Bo Hunt will get in position for a Bills Heating sideline report. He's got Warsaw's Matt Moore in his sights. Let's go courtside with Bo.
Matt, you guys go into halftime up by 13. Jackson, 15 points, just unstoppable on the offensive side. Just your thoughts on that first half.
We're hitting shots. When you make shots, it covers a lot of sin. You know, I thought we'd done a good job rebounding at the defensive end. Got to value the ball a little bit more and play through traps. But, you know, we're getting good shots. We're taking open shots, which we'll take. I'd like to see us get the free throw line a little bit more. But, you know, plus 13 at this point, we'll take it.
What do you got to do second half to maintain this lead?
You know, they get back in by making shots. So we got to do a great job of really having ball pressure and doing a good job of not getting split, not giving them second chances as well. So, again, I think we got to play with pace, play with tempo. We do that. You know, we put 30 on the board. We got to put another 35 or so on, and we'll be okay.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Solid first half for the Warsaw Tigers thanks to their backcourt of Jackson Gould and Judas Mfukwe. They combined for 22 of the 30 points in the half, and the Tigers lead by 13. Go into the Stutzman Power Equipment halftime report and our TCU Student Athletes of the Week next on 46.
Well, the highlight of our broadcast each and every week comes up at halftime. That's when we get a chance to talk to our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. Well, we've got a couple of fine representatives, as you would suspect. We've got Blake Jacobs with us from Northridge High School, and we've got Russell Winchester from Warsaw High School. And Russell, congratulations on being singled out for the award, but more importantly, congratulations on all the hard work you're doing.
Thank you, I appreciate it much.
You're involved in football and basketball, and I guess you're planning on playing some football at the next level.
Yeah, trying to go D1 football next couple years, so that's what I'm planning on doing, and I want to do that for sure.
And when you get to college, what do you want to study?
Business and marketing.
That's a good idea. Talk about what it takes to get it done. You're involved in 2 sports, and I know between the 2 coaches, it's a pretty intense situation with preparation and workouts and all that. How do you handle that time differentials?
A lot of it's just being with your guys. Your guys know, like, being with them helps you focus on what you want to do and focus on where you want to go and, like, all the goals that you have as a team. So I would say the biggest thing is my teammates.
So you're not sure exactly where you want to go to college, but what do you want to study?
Business and marketing.
Business and marketing. All right. Give a shout out to people in your life that matter.
My mom, my dad, obviously. My sister a lot. My grandpa. All are very important to me.
That's a good list to have, not only because Christmas just happened, but it'll be coming up again. Congratulations, Blake.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Russell Winchester from Warsaw High School.
Blake Jacobs is over here, and Blake, congratulations to you as well.
Thank you.
You were involved in football for a while, but now just basketball, and you've had a lot of success. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Talk about how you're doing academically and what your plans are for college.
Academically, I'm doing pretty well. For college, I plan on playing basketball in college, so for the time being, I just want to focus on being the best person I can be, being the best academically, and being the best basketball player I can be. So,
you want to study marketing as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. And I know to get to this point in your career, you've had to really be disciplined about your time management as well.
Yes. The biggest part about time management is getting your work done in the classroom. I think getting your work done before you go and play sports is the biggest thing that you could possibly do.
Got some great people behind you. Give us a little shout out. Who matters in your life?
I want to shout out my coaches. They provide a lot for us. They do a lot for us to be the best people we can be and to be the best players we can be. I also want to shout out my parents and my grandpa and my sisters, my brothers. So.
Wow, that's a big group. Congratulations on being part of a special group.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That's a young man, Blake Jacobs from Northridge High School, and Russell is with us from Warsaw High School, our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're back with some halftime stats and highlights in just a moment. You're watching the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned. 30-17, Warsaw leads it as our Stutzman Power Equipment halftime report continues with Chuck and Bob high above the fray. And an impressive backcourt of Warsaw has shown why they are considered one of the better duos in Northern Indiana.
And Chuck, I almost wish we had talked about them in the pregame. Oh, we did. We talked quite a bit about Sifukwe, Gould. They've gotten some help, a couple of big three-pointers as well on that team, and they've also been commanding on the boards. They've just been outstanding. But, you know, there's a lot of big plays in that first half, but that start by Gould was just awesome.
Let's show you how it got to be this way, and indeed, Jackson Gould came out like a house on fire. He had 10 points in the opening 101 seconds of this one to kind of set the tone for the Warsaw Tigers. And they were able to jump out to a big 10-2 lead before Malachi Campbell tried to get Northridge back in this one with a three-pointer. But Judah Simfukwe hit his first three of the year for Warsaw. That was key to his 7-point effort in the first half. Nice drive by Campbell there, who led the Raiders with 8 points in the opening 2 quarters. Russell Winchester, a big three right there for Warsaw. But it was Gould that led the way, 15 points in the first half for the Warsaw Star. Northridge's Campbell would hit a three here, and Noah Zamuda hit a three as well when the Raiders looked like they get back in it, but they still trail by 13. And I have the feeling the shooting percentages will tell us why.
Well, exactly, Chuck. 28% in the first half by Northridge. They really struggled. Solid 44% for Warsaw, although second quarter stats not quite as good as the first quarter. And three-pointers, 5 out of 9 for Warsaw and 3 of 11 for Northridge. That's usually part of their game plan, the three-pointers. Free throws, Northridge hasn't been to the line yet. Rebounding favoring Warsaw, and the turnovers favoring Northridge by a couple. But I tell you what, the couple numbers you look at, obviously the shooting percentage, and Micah Hochstetler, who's been an outstanding scorer for this Northridge team and a great leader. 0 points in the first half, and that's somebody that's got to step up in the second half.
Yeah, you win the shooting percentage, you win the rebound, you're probably going to win the game. My man Kyle Beck, watching the game down in Texas, knows that. I'm sure you do too. It's 30-17, Warsaw leading Northridge at the break. Second half play-by-play from Middlebury comes your way next on TV-46. This edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. Well, Bo Hunt, I saw Scott Radiker just walk by you, so I know you didn't talk to him about halftime adjustments, but what do you think Northridge can do differently here in the second half?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just hit their shots. I think they're getting open, they're getting their looks, they're just not falling down. I think that's why they got the huge deficit that they're here in the second half that they have. The other thing is they got to do something with Gould. They got to be able to double team, either man up, do a box and one, change something up. You got to get in his face, and you can't leave him open. A couple of those three-pointers, a couple of them that he missed as well, he was wide open and had some good looks. He could have 20 points in that first half.
All right, thank you, Bo. Bo's report brought to us by Bill's Heating, and our third quarter brought to us by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance. Warsaw begins the second half with the ball.
Gould with 5 made baskets and 8 attempts tonight, including a couple of three-pointers.
Northridge going to a 1-3-1 zone. Try to protect that paint a little bit more. Gould down on the baseline. Winchester at the foul line. If anything, it has seemed to slow Warsaw down a little bit, at least in this opening possession of the half.
Everybody's gotten a touch so far.
Gould back up top to Catras. He knows that scoring is not his big role on this team. Gould's is, but he couldn't hit the three. Big offensive rebound by Heckerman. And Warsaw can drain another minute or so if they wish. This is probably just fine with the Tiger folks. They have the benefit of the 13-point lead.
Good hustle by Winchester to get out there and grab that loose ball.
Heckerman for Simfukwe for 2. Nice ball movement there. Drew Heckerman with a dandy assist. Nolan Bales for 3 is short, but Northridge with a rare offensive rebound. Micah Hochstetler's teardrop falls short. Winchester with a great outlet to Gould for 2. Boy, that was a beautiful outlet pass, and Scott Radiker needs a timeout. It's sponsored by Middlebury Community Schools. We'll take another look at that outlet pass from Winchester to Gould on the R&B Car Company replay. And look at that beautiful over the head. Wound up being a bounce pass, and lucky for Northridge, it wasn't a bucket and a bump.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looked like a pretty good downfield opportunity. Folks, our sincere thanks to the wonderful team at St. Andrews Products for supplying our broadcast team with the finest in apparel. They can do the same for your team, school, or business. Promotional products, advertising, specialties, business gifts, and so much more. Call us at 1-800-628-9922, or you can reach us on the website at sales@standrewscorp.com. If you have questions, our answer will always be yes.
So Northridge had to burn another timeout. They're being doubled up 34-17 on their home floor. And this is a Northridge team that has really faced a powerful schedule early in the year. Blake Jacobs with a nice turnaround left-hand jumper. And Jacobs now with 8.
He had 6 early in the game. Had missed his last 6 shots before that one fell.
Simfukwe and Gould settling things down in the backcourt.
Folks, wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are the most valuable asset? Well, now's your chance, because ReshCore is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the ReshCore family and a $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit the website at reshcore.com. That's RESCHCOR.com.
Gould showing some of that mid-range game on that last possession with a bucket before running into Scott Radiker on the Northridge bench. Campbell. Now Bales for 3. That's off the back iron, and the rebound comes to Warsaw, and they'll run again. Simfukwe was fouled before the shot. Victor Canales on the call. Puts it on Micah Hochstetler. That's his first. Carson Gould and Theo Catras come in to replace Simfukwe and Heckerman. Theo Catras, the twin brother of Nick. They're both fine defensive players for Bart Curtis's Warsaw football team. This is Carson Gould, only a freshman. Jackson, the older brother by 2 years, can't hit the short shot, but he got his own rebound and put it in. 21 now for Jackson Gould. His 9th game in double figures this season and 28 of 32 times in his career. Campbell thwarted by Gould trying to go in the back door, but Gould knocked it out of bounds. Get another look at this one on the R&B Car Company replay.
A lot of athleticism in that paint.
Gould coming over to help out. Good team defense that time by Warsaw, who's played very well defensively here tonight. And going out of control that time was Jethro Hochstetler, tackled by Winchester, and now a technical foul will be called. I believe they'll get Russell Winchester for standing over Hochstetler and perhaps saying something untoward.
Untoward would be a good description of it, Chuck. Boy, one thing you don't want to do if you're the team with the lead is give somebody some momentum or some spark to get them going. That was Jethro Hochstetler got knocked down.
Jackson Gould trying to be a peacemaker there. It'll put Nolan Bales, an 85% free throw shooter, at the line to shoot the technical foul shots. Nolan, a transfer from Plymouth, the son of athletic director Ryan Bales, gets his first point of the game. He averages 7 a contest. Let's see if that'll be a spark for Northridge. They need something.
LT Siding, Window and Door in Warsaw is proud to sponsor the Tigers in tonight's game. For superior products and service at a fair price, go to ltsidingwindowanddoor.com or visit them on Facebook.
Jacobs down low, and the foul is called. It's going to be on Theo Catras for trying to body up with Jacobs.
Starting to get a little physical down there, partner.
Well, and for Northridge, this is good news because they get the clock stopped with a chance to cut into the lead. Blake Jacobs, 63% foul shooter, now with 9 points on the night. And we'll see Jordan Weaver checking into the game for Micah Hochstetler.
Been a tough night for Micah so far.
Jacobs cut some weight after leaving football. He says it's helped him with his footwork a little bit. Missed the second free throw there. Jackson Gould comes the other way, knifes in, and gets another bucket. He's got such a soft shot. That is 23 points now for Jackson. Boy, Matt Moore couldn't say enough about Jackson Gould this week on the phone as Campbell misses, but Jacobs misses the tip as well. Just the fact that his motor is always going, both mentally and physically. And Simfukwe was pushed from behind. They'll call that one on Jethro Hochstetler.
Folks, let Alderfer Bergen and Company be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alderfer Bergen and Company on West Market Street in Warsaw. Or you can visit them online at alderferbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, a member of FINRA SIPC.
Tigers trigger the inbound here to Gould. It's been a tough week for Northridge with COVID just going through the coaching staff. Neither Scott Radiker or the main assistant John Sparks could be with the team most of the week. This is Scott's first day back with his ball club this week. following COVID protocols. Said he had a fever one night, felt tired the rest of the week, but okay. You just wonder, and we're not making excuses here, but you just wonder if it did have an impact on his team's preparation this week. No question, Warsaw has been the better team here tonight, although Micah Hochstetler gets his first basket of the night with a three-pointer there to cut the lead to 15.
They'll try to get that thing down to single digits by the end of the quarter.
That'd be a reasonable goal right now for the Raiders. Simfukwe spinning and winning with the left hand. Timeout called by Warsaw. We'll take it as well. It's sponsored by Alder for Bergen. 2:34 to go in the third. And Northridge trailing Warsaw 42-25 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by St. Andrews Products, providing quality apparel to the PGA and to 46 Sports. And a reminder, a doubleheader of sorts next week on TV-46. Friday night high school basketball, number 5. John Glenn goes into Alumni Gym to take on that dynamic St. Joe team. We'll have it for you live on Facebook, YouTube, and the Champions Network, and then on TV-46 Friday night at 11, Saturday morning at 9. Then Saturday night, college basketball. Goshen and Bethel renew their rivalry in the Crossroads League. We'll have it for you on 46.
Folks, TCU is a better banking institution where you'll get the latest technology and you're never too far from a friendly face. Discover the TCU Advantage. Become a member today at tcunet.com, federally insured by the NCUA.
42-25, Warsaw on top of this one. Northridge with the ball, 2.5 minutes left, third quarter. Open man is Jordan Weaver, but he can't hit the three. And Warsaw controls the carom with the shortest guy on the court, Carson Gould.
Weaver had a good look.
And underneath, it's Theo Catras with his first basket of the night. Catras, the junior, only averages 2 a game, and he's right there. At the other end, Micah Hochstetler comes back for Northridge with 2. But Northridge not in a position right now where they can afford to trade baskets. They need to get a big spurt going. Warsaw turnover may help.
It's turnover number 10 for the Tigers. Folks, Ruli's of Middlebury is proud to support Northridge Athletics. Ruli's is a family dining Italian-American restaurant offering a full menu, including pastas, entrees, and pizza. Visit them at rulispizza.com, or in Middlebury, they're right across from the high school. And we thank Ruli's and their team for feeding our crew. Did a great job again. Thank you.
Excellent Mostaccioli tonight. Turnover there by Northridge, and it's Gould with 2 more. He has 25. Jackson Gould loves when TV-46 shows up.
He's 5 out of 7 here in the third quarter. Misses only a 3-point try.
Jacobs missed the first but got the second, and Blake now in double figures with 11. Warsaw leading by 17 going to the final minute of the third.
Warsaw staying aggressive.
But they will be happy to take some time off the clock here.
No question about that. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation for your dream. Visit their showroom in Chipshawana or online at southwindflooring.com.
Girls basketball final score. South Bend Washington beats Bremen tonight, 89-59. Lakeland over West Noble in girls action, 49-46.
That's one thing that Warsaw can certainly focus on and tighten up is that number of turnovers tonight.
Cam Radiker in the game now for Northridge, but this is Micah Hochstetler going in strong, missed the layup. Got his own rebound back, though, and is called for a double dribble.
Nice offensive board, or steal, you should say. Got a chance to get back to the hoop and turn it back over.
So now Warsaw can hold for the last shot. Full court pressure by the Raiders. Nice move by Carson Gould to whip it into the front court. Russell Winchester air ball for three. Here comes Northridge the other way. Hochstetler with the layup, no good, and that's the way the third quarter ends. A frustration showing for Micah Hochstetler. You can understand why, because this has been a game dominated by the Warsaw Tigers and Jackson Gould tonight. He has 25, and Warsaw leads 46-29 on 46. This edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. We go downstairs to Bo Hunt for a Bills Heating Sideline Report. Our first look at Warsaw this year, Bo. What impresses you the most about them?
Well, I think they're definitely making a statement to be one of the front runners here in the NLC. They're just all around. They have a lot of role players that really know what their job is on the floor. You know, you got Heckman, who does a great job of handling the ball, getting the ball inside, making some great passes, and finishing when needed. And I think that's the biggest thing, is they got their guy in Jackson Gould, who's going to make most of the shots or take most of the shots. But they got a lot of role players that know their roles, know what they're supposed to be doing out there, know their spacing. And this is a team, as a group, they're a great team playing together, guys.
Our fourth quarter tonight brought to us by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance.
Through three quarters, Northridge 11 of 38, 29%. Warsaw, meanwhile, 19 out of 36 now, 56% from the field.
Jackson Gould and Judas Simfukwe. Simfukwe trapped in the corner but found his way out. Winchester saves it to Heckerman. And Warsaw will drain some more clock.
Middlebury Community Schools is hiring. Visit their website for more information about their current openings. Middlebury Community Schools, a top achieving school district inspiring students to change the world.
Warsaw just being very patient. It's a nice road win for them. You heard at the beginning of the telecast the mention by Matt Moore that this is only their second road game of the year, but 9 of their last 13 will be on the road. And you take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Tigers. Ooh, they've got some big dogs coming up, including Penn on Tuesday night. Stolen away by Cam Radiker.
14 turnovers tonight for Warsaw.
3 on the way by Zamuda is short. The rebound pinballs around. It's still loose, and it goes out of bounds to Northridge.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies continues to be the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Our 3 Indiana locations are involved with supplying process components for aerospace giants, including the latest developments for Boeing and SpaceX. At IFG, we're like the teams in this game. We're working toward a great finish.
Northridge just trying to find a combination that'll work. Cam Radiker in there right now. He's a freshman. And his pass knocked away by Gould. Jackson Gould not only does it with defense, he certainly does it with offense. He had a 3-game stretch this year that totaled 95 points. That was the most for a Warsaw player since we saw Kyle Mangus make that tournament run in 2017. I think you did that game against East Chicago Central.
We did indeed.
3-pointer offline and knocked out of bounds. It'll go out of bounds off Gould, so Northridge gets the ball.
Stutzman Power Equipment, where you can get the tools and equipment for all your outdoor needs, specializing in Kubota, steel, Toro, Simplicity, and Skag. Check them out online at StutzmanPower.com. Stutzman Power Equipment, where service is their #1 product. They're proud to support high school athletics.
By the way, that little note on Jackson Gould brought to us by our friends at LT Siding Window Door. Hochstetler with a beautiful driving layup. Micah now with 7. The senior averaging 12 a game. Just so happy to see Micah Hochstetler back and healthy again after that football injury that he suffered.
St. Andrews Products is celebrating over 30 years of serving corporations, high schools, and colleges, as well as the PGA Tour. We're proud to support the new American Dunes Golf Course in Grand Haven, Michigan, providing resources for the Folds of Honor mission and providing scholarships to veterans and their families. Let us help your cause. Reach us at sales@standrewscorp.com, where your expectations become our standards.
Warsaw working the ball on the perimeter, content to protect a 15-point lead. Catrus missed. Winchester's follow won't go. And here comes Northridge with Zamuda on the, or Bales on the rebound. Campbell outside. Jacobs on the wing. Bales for 3. The freshman offline, and Gould another rebound.
Boy,
Jackson tried to draw the foul, but this is not soccer.
What a good-looking shot there by Bales. They've had some good looks, as Bo Hunt pointed out at halftime. They just can't get them to go down.
As we mentioned the first half, that's been an anomaly for Northridge over the years. Carson Gould misses, and a good box out by Hochstetler as he starts the break. But again, the transition defense by Warsaw has been very good tonight.
Northridge closing the gap on the rebounding.
Jacobs for 3. That's the back iron, and then a push-off foul is called, and I think it's going to go against Carson Gould.
I was joking with Jackson Gould before the game about his brother Carson. I said, word is he's better than you, and he goes, well, he might be someday, but that's not today.
There's no older brother that's going to give the little brother love like that.
No way.
Bales for 3, got it. Mason with his 10th three-pointer of the year, but his first of the night. Down to a 12-point lead. Northridge still within striking distance with 4 minutes to go, especially with a turnover here. A bomb could get this thing to single digits. Jacobs couldn't get it, but Hochstetler a big rebound, and he's fouled on the way up. Foul called on Nick Catrus. Micah Hochstetler is an 81% free throw shooter, and he'll go to the line for 2 as you get another look from R&B Car Company. Warsaw wants a timeout with 3:48 to go. The timeout sponsored by Alder for Bergen. Tigers lead at 46-34 on 46. This edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by TCU, empowering members for 90 years. They're federally insured by the NCUA.
Folks, wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are their most valuable asset? Well, now is your chance, because Reshcore is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the Reshcore family and getting the $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit the website at reshcore.com. That's RESCHCOR.com.
Micah Hochstetler missed the first of 2 at the line. Micah looking for his 8th point of the night and swishes that one in. He'll come out as Jordan Weaver checks back in for defensive purposes. Long lead pass to Drew Heckeman. And he gets the layup for 2. That's the way to break the press. Heckeman now with 7. Northridge trying to work around for some open looks from 3. Jacobs down on the block, found the cutting Bales, but he missed the lay-in. And that has been somewhat of the saga for the Raiders tonight. Gould got out of the double team. And Warsaw will kill some more clock, although a push is called here on Jordan Weaver, his 2nd.
LT Siding, Window and Door in Warsaw is proud to sponsor the Tigers in tonight's game. For superior products and service at a fair price, go to ltsidingwindowanddoor.com or visit them on Facebook.
We've been sponsoring our factoids tonight, as you see Nolan Bales check out. Micah Hochstetler nearly got the steal there. Northridge trying to create something with defense, but instead they're called for a foul here. It'll be the 2nd on Hochstetler and just the 5th on the Raiders.
You really have to respect the effort that Northridge is giving here. This is a game where they could have folded tents and warmed up the bus.
Heckeman tips it to Winchester, who smartly holds it. Gould is fouled. This one will be called on Nolan Bales, his 1st, but still just the 6th on the Raiders. So Warsaw shooting from here on out.
Good spacing out there by Warsaw. They're so disciplined in their offensive attack.
And Simfukwe will be going to the foul line after the foul on Hochstetler, his 3rd. Judah is only a 52% free throw shooter, so that's the guy that Northridge wanted to foul. Well, apparently that's only the 6th. Scoreboard had shown 6 already.
Right.
Maybe the scoreboard was an error.
Nice look.
Heckeman got it back and was fouled before the shot. So Drew, who is a 77% free throw shooter, will go to the line for 1 in the bonus.
Pretty good look down low and an offensive rebound again by the Tigers.
Drew Heckeman has had 3 games in double figures this year. He only has 8 points now tonight. Malachi Campbell checks back in for Northridge. Well, we talked about the Warsaw schedule going forward, and certainly the Tigers will be challenged in the month of January. At Penn, Goshen, at Peru, which has a nice team, at Concord, and then you close the month with Valparaiso and at Northwood. That's where we'll see the Tigers next on 46.
Sounds like a sectional or regional draw at the end of that schedule. Folks, let Alderfer Bergen and Company be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alderfer Bergen and Company on West Market Street in Warsaw. Or you can reach them online at alderferbergen.com. Securities offered through LPO Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
Micah Hochstetler now with 10, all in the 2nd half. But the Raiders still trail by 13 on this chilly January night. Here's Catras. Simfukwe will kill some time, and he'll wind up going to the line after Hochstetler mugs him.
You know, we talked about the pace of the game being a key for Warsaw, and here we are with a score that's going to be in the 50s, which is about where they feel comfortable, but their defense has been outstanding, and their rebounding has just been dominant, almost 2-1 tonight.
Judah Simfukwe, 52% free throw shooter. He's been playing with a dislocated finger since the Huntington North game. He has 12 points tonight, averages 13 a year.
13
a game, I should say. 13 a year would be about what I would get.
Yeah.
This is his 6th game in double figures this season. Knocked them both down. Tigers comfortably in front. Here's Hochstetler offline on the 3. Weaver checks back in for Northridge.
How about the scoring of that backcourt for Warsaw?
You got 25 for Jackson Gould and 13 for Simfukwe. Most times you get that kind of scoring production from your guards, you're going to win. You can have all the bigs you want, but this is still a guards game. Turnover by Warsaw. Northridge comes the other way, and the 3 is buried by Jethro Hochstetler, his first of the night. And the timeout sponsored by Middlebury Community Schools. You'll get another look at that troika, courtesy of Hochstetler from our friends at R&B Car Company.
Pretty nice look there, real smooth action. Jethro's worked his way into that starting lineup as the season's gone along.
Well, for Northridge, this caps a very challenging 10-game start to the season. If you look at the schedule, as LT Siding Window and Door tells us in this factoid, Northridge's first 9 opponents, a combined 60 and 30. That makes for the 19th toughest schedule in the state. Reminder, Big Ten basketball this weekend on Pulse FM 103.1. We'll start off Saturday at noon with Matt Painter and Purdue trying to get the ship back on the tracks as they go out to Penn State, take on the Nittany Lions. And then how about Trey Galloway and the performance he had last night for Indiana? Hoosiers looked very good at Assembly Hall. They'll take the floor again Sunday at noon against the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. Both games Saturday and Sunday on your home for Big Ten basketball. Pulse FM 103.1.
Sure is good to see Galloway getting back. Missed a lot of action this year, but working hard to be a part of that Indiana lineup.
Simfukwe had it knocked away and out of bounds. Northwood picking up a 47-35 win over Wawasee tonight, so Aaron Wolf's team continues to roll. And they are one of the contenders along with this Warsaw team and with Goshen. Those are probably the top 3 right now in the Northern Lakes Conference.
I suppose Mishawaka would like to be included in the list of possibles. They're having some success this year.
They were in a dogfight with Plymouth earlier tonight. Great game down in Goshen tonight. Saw Argus beat Bethany 56-54. We will get a look at the Dragons coming up in the Bi-County Tourney on January 18th as Simfukwe hits the free throw. In fact, he knocks them both down. 15 now for Judah. An impressive performance by the Tigers tonight. Hochstetler in there for 2 more. He's had 12. But they all came in the second half, and really this one was decided in the first half by Warsaw. Not just that great start by Jackson Gould, but the job that they did on the boards.
Just an amazing effort on the boards, and they're big guys. You know, Heckelman's had a pretty solid game scoring-wise. Russ Winchester hit a nice 3 early in the ball game. But what they do as far as blocking out and creating opportunities, that's why the guards are able to get in there and rebound so well.
And for you youngsters at home wondering, well, how can I help my scoring average? Judah Simfukwe is helping his a lot here in the fourth quarter by going 6 for 6 at the foul line.
They are now 11 out of 12 as a team from 3.
There's a 3. I believe that's hit by Nolan Bales. That'll cut the lead to 11, 56-45 as we take a look at the Northern Lakes Conference standings. And these will get shuffled around, obviously, after tonight. We can now make Northwood 2-0 and 12-1 on the season. But as you look at these entering tonight, Goshen, who we saw against Elkhart, having a great season, one of their best since 1987-88. You mentioned Mishawaka, Ron Heklinski's team having a nice start. And then down at the bottom, it's hard to believe that Northridge will fall to 0-2 and 3-7 on the year. But I still say you can't count this team out.
No, and they are going to continue to develop some of their younger guys. You know, we mentioned Jethro Hochstetler just made a 3, his first points of the night. But Trek, you know, if he worked his way in that lineup, he's going to get more and more comfortable out there shooting that jumper. And he looked pretty smooth doing it there. They could use some help, but they got some youngsters. You know, Bales is a junior, his younger brother, just a freshman. And I know Cam Rediker's been out a little bit with that illness this week too, but they've got some promising young players and more importantly young shooters on this team for Northridge. They'll develop as the season goes along.
By the way, John Glenn a winner tonight. They beat Triton 51-38. Travis Hannes' team is now 11-0. We will see them next Friday night at St. Joe. Tie up and on the held ball, it will go to Northridge.
I think Judah Simfukwe thought he was going to get a chance to go back to the line there, but boy, that's going to be a matchup, huh? John Glenn and St. Joe, St. Joseph High School.
It'll be interesting to see what pace they are able to play in that one, as a foul is called here against Northridge. It allowed Jackson Gould to add to his scoring total to the night. Other scores, Tippecanoe Valley beat Northfield tonight 65-50. In girls basketball, Penn cruises past St. Joe's 68-42. Boys basketball, it's Goshen down in Concord 53-32. So the Red Hawks, foul on Freebie. Red Hawks now 9-1. Jackson Gould looking for his 27th point of the night. Nope.
You got him.
Not yet. Still time with 42 seconds remaining in this one. Bales down the lane, and despite Matt Moore yelling no foul loudly enough from the Warsaw bench at the other end of the gym for us to hear us up here, guess what Carson Gould did?
He fouled it.
Yeah. So that'll send Nolan Bales to the line for 2, 85% foul shooter.
Bo Hunt, I wanted to go down to you on the sidelines there. The maturity of the backcourt for Warsaw really has been a big factor tonight. There's some good young talent for Northridge, but boy, it looks like a couple of senior and a junior in that lineup for Warsaw.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things, and the differences between these two teams. The backcourt for Northridge just wasn't able to knock down the shots and have the confidence. You can see the confidence in Judah and Jackson. They just have that confidence that they know they're going to make the shot, they know they're going to make the pass, and they have that experience, and you can just see it out there.
Jordan Weaver got his hands on the ball, but he was standing out of bounds. And so Warsaw will get the basketball back with 30 seconds left, down by 10. And we'll have a timeout called. It is taken by Northridge and sponsored by the Middlebury Community Schools.
17 turnovers tonight for Warsaw. They're looking for something to work on during practice, but it's a pace they like to play. Just 10 turnovers for Northridge, but they have been out-rebounded by a ton by the Warsaw Tigers tonight. Warsaw, well, they just shot the ball very well. They've been all around 50% on the night. They are now, and for the ball game. And the Raiders really having their best quarter of the game, as they have hit 6 shots in this fourth quarter, and they have 6 misses to go with it. So they're at 50% in this quarter. Bring them up to probably 31-32% for the ball game.
Give you another final score as Marion, ranked number 1 in Class 3A, beats John Adams tonight by a count of 65-51. Of course, the Knights lost earlier in the week when they went down and played Indianapolis Cathedral, but Rob Berger has really tried to take some steps to toughen up that schedule, and we'll see Marion again in a couple of weeks when they play Penn in a huge NIC showdown.
There's another team that has a a lot of known commodities, still looking for that one or two people to step up and become part of the action and make them a real dominant team.
Meanwhile, a steal by Northridge, but Warsaw gets it right back, and Jackson Gould will be going to the foul line after he is fouled by Nolan Bales.
Glad to see the officials not call a technical foul there. The ball was kind of slammed to the ground, and a lot of frustration going on out there as goes some contact. There you see it. And then the Warsaw player kind of threw it to the ground, but not trying to upstage anybody, so the official said that's fine.
Meanwhile, Gould does get that 27th point. His career high 32 coming against both Crown Point and Fort Wayne North this year. I think a thing that gets overlooked in Jackson Gould's game is his defense, and it showed right there. He got another steal, not afraid to stand in there and take charges.
An awful lot of things well tonight.
At the other end, Hochstetler misses a three. It's out of bounds to Northridge with 18 seconds left. And Warsaw up by 12. Actually, they'll give it to the Tigers. Well, Matt Moore and Scott Radiker saw plenty of each other in the North Central Conference when Scott was at Lafayette Jeff and Matt was at Kokomo. We got them reminiscing about that before the game tonight.
Some good talent down that way, we're told. Chuck, one of the things, too, that's hurt Northridge, first half, we mentioned Micah Hochstetler had not scored, and meanwhile, Campbell had scored 8 points. Well, Campbell still at 8 points. Hochstetler has stepped up, but you need everybody, you need all cylinders firing all the time.
And Judas Mfukwe having a big fourth quarter at the line. Now 8 of 8 from the stripe in the fourth, and he has 19 points. Campbell blocked on the shot by Heckerman, and that should do it here from the Raider Gym as Warsaw goes to 7-3 overall and 2-0 in the Northern Lakes Conference with a 61-47 win over Northridge. Stick around. We've got a lot to talk about on the Southwind Flooring postgame show, including our player of the game. Comes your way next on the 46 Game of the Week.
Standing by with our player of the game, Jackson Gould. First off, you can only muster 28 points tonight, game high. Thoughts on this victory? You guys came out strong and fast, and just how are you guys able to do that against this Northridge team?
Yeah, I mean, winning on the conference and winning on the road in the NLC is hard, and we thought we had to get out to a hot start, and we did. We were up 10-2, exactly what we wanted to do, and it set us off for the rest of the game.
One of the stats that really sticks out on your team, 75% of the free throws, and it really showed down the stretch with Judah hitting 8 out of 8. How do you guys work on that during practice, and tell everybody else what they need to do in order to get to 75% free throw?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's all about being in shape. We feel if we're in shape, at the end of the game, we're going to hit our free throws, so we do a lot of running and shooting at the same time just to get us in shape and ready for those game shots.
Talk about this conference. You guys are 2-0 now. Northridge goes to 0-2. You got some big games ahead of you, including Penn out of conference. Just talk about this conference and where you guys feel you guys need to be.
Yeah, like I said, winning on the road is hard. We have some hard road games ahead, but we'll be prepared. Our coaching staff does an amazing job getting us prepared, so we'll be ready. I'll let you know that.
Jackson, congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by
Warsaw remains in first place in the Northern Lakes Conference thanks to a 61-47 win over Northridge tonight here in Middlebury in Northern Lakes Conference action. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel high above the fray. Our first look at the Tigers this year, and they did not disappoint. We talked about a dynamic duo of a backcourt. How about 47 points between those two players?
Well, there was some outstanding effort there. As you mentioned, Judas Mfukwe's free throw shooting in that fourth quarter was impressive. Chuck, they held Warsaw, Northridge held Warsaw to 61 points. Now, that's not a great defensive effort, but it's solid. They only scored 47. Why? The shooting percentages were so big, but the reason they were so big in favor of Warsaw had to do with a guy named, his name is number 2.
Well, his number is 2. His name is Jackson Gould. Yeah. He's the guy standing by now with Bo Hunt.
Standing by with our player of the game, Jackson Gould. First off, you can only muster 28 points tonight, game high. Thoughts on this victory? You guys came out strong and fast, and just how are you guys able to do that against this Northridge team?
Yeah, I mean, winning on the conference and winning on the road in the NLC is hard, and we thought we had to get out to a hot start, and we did. We were up 10-2, exactly what we wanted to do, and it set us off for the rest of the game.
One of the stats that really sticks out on your team, 75% of the free throws, and it really showed down the stretch with Judah hitting 8 out of 8. How do you guys work on that during practice, and tell everybody else what they need to do in order to get to 75% free throw?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's all about being in shape. We feel if we're in shape, at the end of the game, we're going to hit our free throws, so we do a lot of running and shooting at the same time just to get us in shape and ready for those game shots.
Talk about this conference. You guys are 2-0 now. Northridge goes to 0-2. You got some big games ahead of you, including Penn out of conference. Just talk about this conference and where you guys feel you guys need to be.
Yeah, like I said, winning on the road is hard. We have some hard road games ahead, but we'll be prepared. Our coaching staff does an amazing job getting us prepared, so we'll be ready. I'll let you know that.
Jackson, congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you.
So the 4 teams that entered the night unbeaten in the NLC all won. So you got 4 2-0 teams and 4 0-2 teams. And for Warsaw, we'll see them in about 3 weeks at Northwood, a game a lot of people think might be the one that decides the NLC.
It very well could. I know there's a big game coming up next week with Warsaw taking on Penn. A lot of people will be watching that score and see how. I think both teams will be wearing black and gold. Well, black and orange for Warsaw, but just some great games coming up. And as I said, we're down, 8 weeks left in the boys' high school season, 4 weeks in the girls. So much good basketball out there this year. Folks should make a plan to get there and see some of it, enjoy it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to bringing you some more next week. But our thanks to our TV-46 crew who got you set up so you could watch this one, led by our production manager, the diminutive Wending Korsmo, and our cast of dedicated men and women who bring you high school basketball each week. A reminder, there's more high school basketball next Friday night when the 5th-ranked and unbeaten John Glenn Falcons go into Alumni Gym to take on the St. Joe Indians. We'll have it for you on Facebook, YouTube, and the IHSA Champions Network at 7:30 and on TV-46 Friday night at 11, Saturday morning at 9. Don't forget Big Ten action on the radio Saturday and Sunday. Purdue at Penn State Saturday at noon. Indiana and Minnesota Sunday at noon. Once again, for my Hall of Fame partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. The final, Warsaw 61, Northridge 47. So long from the middle of Middlebury.